Hey guys, so I have a bit of a story time here for you today, which is, so I want to talk a little bit about my experience with Untold Productions. Now, I haven't talked to you guys about this, like, even when I was allowed to. I made video, and I just never posted it, because I think maybe deep down I knew something wasn't quite right with it. I knew something was off. Basically, I think that we may have been scammed. I can't be 100% sure, but there's just lots of little things that just don't add up. And even if it's not the case and it's not a scam, then I was just not being treated how I wanted to be treated, and things were just so disorganized. But I'm going to start at the beginning because it's kind of a long story. So basically, Untold Productions is a company, like an acting thing. They were supposedly creating this TV series and TV and theatre work, and they messaged me on one of my emails and asked if I think I could play a role, which I really love acting, and like acting and YouTube are my two biggest passions. Acting and doing this are my two biggest passions. So I was like, of course. I was like, yeah, I think I could play a role. But, like, alarm bell number one was I have two emails. I don't know how they found me. I have two emails. And the email they emailed me on, like, I am on Fame Street, which is, like, a place where you go for auditions and stuff like that, on an online site where you can put your profile on for, like, acting auditions. And I am on that, but I'm on that with my other email. So alarm bell number one is they didn't contact me on that email, they contacted me on my other one. So I don't know how they got hold of that email, for a start. But then it all started probably, I don't know, maybe April, June last year, somewhere around that sort of time. And in June, we went for an audition. Like, I sent off an audition to them, and then they said that I needed headshots, so I went and paid like nearly £200 for headshots. I went and did that like independently. Up in Brighton, I went and did that, thankfully, and then we went to a workshop, and like I sent for an audition, like a monologue that I did, and I sent through that to them, and then we went to like a workshop, and I met some other people there, and we went through that, and we went up to London, and then I don't know, and then like I was asked to do like the social media for them, and they put me on like a trial run. They said you won't get paid. They wanted to advertise this, and then they were basically telling me nothing. They were like, oh, we'll tell you what you have to post daily, and then it just like had one thing, and then I was like, well, what am I doing though? There was not much advertisement for it. There was supposed to be, well, there was a live performance up in London on the 17th of January this year. And there was a performance, but there was no advertising. They don't have a website. I couldn't find them anywhere online. Not that matched their email or their name. Obviously I'm going to leave names out of it, guys. But like I couldn't find their name, their email. I couldn't find a website for them. They didn't have like a ticket website. They asked everyone to, like, I got there and I was talking to the cast members. And they asked everyone to like pay for the performance. Apparently everyone they just sort of gave you their account number and were like, look, pay this money, get the money from your friends and family and pay it into our account to pay for the tickets beforehand, or they pay on the door kind of thing, which is like, that's kind of weird. It's kind of alarm bell number two there. And then we got to the performance, we went up there, and it was kind of the rougher side of London. I think like more East End kind of way. Not to diss on London, but it was kind of the rougher end, if you know what I mean. And we went there, and I met up with the cast members, and all the cast was lovely. Like, they were so sweet. Everyone was really nice, and like really supportive of each other. But I was talking to like some of the cast members, and then everyone was really like pissed off because the director didn't show up. No one from the production showed up. They claimed they were in a meeting to pitch the series on the day of this promotional performance. The performance was in a pub. Like, it was on a little, like, there was a little venue room in this pub up in London, and it was in a pub. No one showed up to organise us. And it was like, okay, well, what's going on? What the hell are we supposed to be doing? And that's when things just started to just be like, well, this just doesn't seem right. Something's really off here, you know? And we went to this performance thing. Everyone was like, do we still do it? Do we stay? Do we go? Like, what the hell is going on here? What are we doing? Because, you know, you expect to, like, kind of be organised. It's either so disorganised or a scam. Like, that's the two options to me. You know, it's either so disorganised and we're just not being treated right or how we should be, or it's a scam. So there's just lots of little things that didn't add up as well. Like, I was talking to some of the cast members. Again, obviously I'm going to leave out names, guys. I'm not going to say names, but I was talking to some of the cast members that showed up. There were 16 of us. I got talking. Like, no one showed up from this production. The doors were supposed to open at 6:30 for people to, like, come in and you know, say, like, the audience to start coming in. No one showed up. As supposedly, this lady came in, and she was like, she was the one who, like, was at the workshop before, but she was lovely before, and then all of a sudden she was just, like, not very nice. She just had this, like, really bad energy to her. And she was just, like, really, she came in straight away and asked people for, like, money. Straight away, she asked people for money. She asked people if they had tickets, if they paid, and she would, like, one of the cast members was like, sent a message to be like the stage manager, and she's like, well, you're in charge now, go do it. And I was like, what, really? Go do it. And she's basically, like, yelled at her. I was like, okay, first thing she wanted was money. She wasn't going to sit and watch the performance either, so no one from the production came in to watch this performance to see how it went, or to oversee it, or record it, or anything like that. No one organised us, so everyone was really pissed off at this point. I found out from some of the other cast members, like, obviously their families had paid, people were paying on the door, and apparently some of the other cast members were saying that they'd also paid through these people. They'd paid, like, for headshots with them, which can be up to, like, 200, I know. And they paid for, like, show reels, which is, again, about 200 each, so, which was, again, just really weird that they'd just done all this and then no one shows up. No one shows up for the promotional performance. The lady just straight away comes in, asks for money. We apparently were supposed to get £30 to have food and stuff for all 16 of us, which that never happened, for one, and two, £30 to feed 16 people. It's not really gonna work, is it? And so people were obviously getting really concerned and, like, pissed off, like, what the hell is happening? Can someone tell me what we're supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be doing a performance. We were tasked to, like, write our own, like, monologues. So we all wrote our own monologues and rehearsed our own monologues, given the little bits of story that we were sent through this company. And everyone was just like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Is this a scam? Is this real? Like, what is happening? And we went on anyway, and we did the performance. People were really upset. Some people were finding it hard to, like, go on and do it because of the situation. Like, it's not normal. And some people, like, just, a lot of us just didn't give a shit anymore. We were just like, we're just gonna go on and do it. Like, why should we put in the effort and the time? And, like, we've had to wait and be so frustrated all these months, waiting to hear things, waiting to hear what's going on, waiting for things to start. And we put all our time and effort into this and given them so much of our time and effort when they don't seem to be bothered to give us their time and effort. They don't seem to be bothered to give us answers to help us out. They don't seem to be bothered to give us their time and effort, or to, you know, or to treat us how we should be treated. So why should we care? Kind of thing. So people were kind of just, like, not giving a shit. One person said to me that they wanted to go through an agent, but the company said no, which again raises major alarm bells. Because if you have an agent, like, why can you not go through the agent? And it specifically stated in, like, some of the emails that you could go through an agent. So I was like, that's not right. Okay, hang on, what? There was just lots of little things that just sort of kept adding up and piling up. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And so it all just seemed to, like, pile up more and more to seem like it was a scam, to be honest. I still don't know completely. But then after that, what happened after that? I was trying to get some answers. I was talking to this lady, and I was like, look, is anyone coming to watch? What's happening? Who's organising this? That kind of thing. And I was being polite. I was just trying to be like, look, I just want to know what's going on, you know? And she just like was avoiding my questions. She was angry, aggravated. She was obviously just like trying to avoid any questions I had. She was like getting angry with me, getting antsy. She had this really bad aura to her, and she was being really mean about the whole thing. Like, she wasn't being helpful at all. And she was just like, well, stop arguing with me. And I was like, I'm not. I'm asking you questions. Like, I'm not arguing. Just tell us what's going on. We deserve to know. Surely you would think in a performance that you'd have someone, a professional performance, if it's supposed to be going on to be like a TV and theatre thing, that surely you would think you'd have someone there to see it, someone there to organise it. You wouldn't be treated that way. And there's just lots of those little things, like I've been saying, that just don't add up to me. I was in the rough end of London, I was in a pub, and I was talking to some lady afterwards, and she said, who was in the audience, and she said that they didn't give tickets on the door. They made you pay. They took names, and then she said they tried to take a picture of her. I was like, what the fudge? Why do you need a picture of the audience members? Like, what the hell? So, I don't know, it just seems really fishy, but like, it just seemed really fishy, and just like, all these little things just started piling up on this night of the performance. It just didn't seem right. I don't think everyone stayed to do the performance. I think a couple of people left, but mostly it was just like, the rest of us stayed, and I was like, I kind of wanted to leave too. I was just like, I don't know about this, I just want to go. I was just starting to feel really bad about it, and I realised that I'd had that bad feeling for a while. I realise that now because, like I said, acting is really what I want to do, and you know, if this was like a proper thing, I don't know if it is or not, but if this hadn't been turned out like it had, it could have been a good opportunity, and something I would have been excited about. So but the fact that I hesitated to talk to you guys about this even when I was given permission to, that says something in itself, you know. It says something that deep down I obviously didn't feel right about it. And like the fact that people have paid hundreds, they've paid like 200s for show reels, some of them have paid 200 for headshots through them as well. People have paid for tickets to them, so they've obviously made some money out of it, if it is a scam, that is. I don't know 100%, but everything seems to be pointing in that direction. You know, it just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't add up to a lot of people. I was talking to a lot of people as well. A lot of my family members don't seem to think it adds up. My friends don't seem to think it adds up. They said that the event was for charity as well, for the homeless, but they didn't state a charity. They didn't say anything more about that than what was on the flyers, like what was on the poster. They sent you tickets through like email. It's just really, really weird to me. And I want a picture of someone. There's just lots of these little things. It's like, what? What? You know, guys? I mean, you have to tell me what you think, but like, even if it was, I honestly think that it was a scam, but even if it turned out that it wasn't and things continued, I just want to wash my hands with it, to be honest. When I think about continuing with it, I felt really bad about it. I just had this bad feeling. It was stressing me out so much, and I was just like, I'm done. I want to wash my hands of it. I don't know if they're going to contact again. They contacted after the show saying that it had good feedback, which is like, really? From who? From who? Maybe they said the show was good and the actors did well, because there was some really talented cast in there. Like, they were all really talented and they did a good job, even especially, you know, under the circumstances. Like we're all in the same boat there, like all the cast members, and I feel really bad for them as well and their situations. I don't know what they're gonna do about it, but personally I just want to wash my hands of it. Like, I'm done with it, you know. I'm done with all of it. I'm done with social media. I'm done with this production, even if it even is a production. Like, it just seems really fishy to me. I mean, you guys will have to tell me what you think, but it was stressing me out so much, and it's just not worth it. Like, even if it continued, I'm not going to be treated like that. I feel like I deserve better. We all deserve better. All the cast deserves better. And, like, you don't get answers. I ended up, that's probably why you've noticed, like, I took a little bit of a break from vlogs for a while, and this was why. And also the fact that I might have been frustrated in some of my later vlogs. It's because I spent, like, I quit my job to do this in September, which was a mistake in hindsight, but what are you gonna do? Because I was making no money for 4 months. I told them that I quit my job, and they just offered me an unpaid 3-month trial for this social media thing. I was like, okay. And I just hated it. I hated it. Ever since I started doing that, I just hated it so much. I was just like, I just started feeling really bad about everything, and about this whole thing. And I was just like, I don't know about this. Something's not right. And I think I was just trying to remain hopeful. Like, I think subconsciously, like, deep down I knew something was up, because I was always feeling bad. I wouldn't talk to you guys about it, and, like, if it was really right for me, why, when I could say about it, why would I not talk to you guys about it, you know, about something that exciting? But obviously something was obviously up, and yeah, I just want to wash my hands of it, to be honest. I'm done with it. I'm done. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this whole situation as well, and what you think about the whole thing, because it's like, no one had ever seen this director guy either. No one had ever seen the director, ever talked to them in person, only on the phone, through email. I couldn't find them anywhere. Couldn't find them anywhere online. So, yeah. Like, they'd say they'd give me a website to advertise and stuff, but they never did that. They don't have a website that I could find, or, like, anything like that. So, it's just really, really fishy, and just lots of little things. And like I said, I'm just done with it, to be honest. I'm done with it. I'm washing my hands of it, and fresh start this year, I think. I think I've sort of decided that I want to wash my hands of all of that, and I want to start, like, I realised I felt bad about it, and I felt like I was being pushed more towards doing this, towards doing, like, YouTube stuff and working on projects. And I think maybe that was maybe the universe's way, or my way of, like, maybe telling me that I was on the wrong path. Maybe, like, that company, that stuff wasn't right for me, you know. And I realised, as I was, like, thinking about things, I was on a dog walk with Jasper, my nan's dog, and I was like, okay, well, why am I keeping these things separate? Like, the YouTube, acting, my two biggest passions, why have I always viewed them as separate? I was like, why do I not combine them, you know? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I like to write my own stories, and I was like, why don't I work on some of my own projects, acting wise, and maybe do a couple monologues here and there. So, and that idea really excited me. The idea of doing that and working on my own projects and working for myself, maybe getting people to help, maybe, like, auditioning people or something like that if it picks up. I was like, actually, I really, really like the idea of that, so why don't I do that? And I think that's kind of what I've decided. I'm going to try and go back to work, find a job, get some income coming in, and work on a lot of my own projects for YouTube, and, like, combine the two, you know? I don't know if I'll still, like, audition for stuff. I haven't really decided, but yeah, that's kind of what I've decided to do, and I feel a lot better about that. I feel really excited about it. So, yeah, that's just what I had to say, guys. That's my story time. So, let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. Scam? Really disorganised? Who knows? Let me know what you guys think. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm Megsy, signing off. Bye, guys.